And welcome back. Welcome back to Decap Attack. This is my ongoing first playthrough. We tried this game out last week, and I made it up to what I think is probably the last boss. But, you're on, there's limited continues, and I hit my last life and my last continue, so we didn't quite make it. But maybe tonight will be different. I've got some notes that I made when I played it last time because there seemed to be some very important hidden items. And I'm going to try to remember to track all of those down. But we'll see how that goes. And let's just get back into it. I thought I remembered this game having a double jump, but I was wrong. It has a flutter jump instead. What? Hey, Pokemons, welcome in. I missed an hour before I realized. Well, I'm glad to have you here. For our first hour, I finished Monkey Island. It was supposed to be Monkey Island tonight and Decap Attack tomorrow, but I finished Monkey Island way earlier than expected, so here we are back with a Decap Attack tonight. Ah, no! Bogus. I didn't miss anything then. Oh, brutal. I like that game. I like that game quite a bit. That was a fun playthrough. Cows, welcome in. Great to have you with us, Cows. I don't know if you heard, because I said it right before you came in. We finished Monkey Island. So we moved on to, we moved back to Decap Attack. A little early. Yeah, and so I started the game and it said I was at 75% complete when I started tonight. And then I was finished like 30 minutes later. It said 100%. The percentage counter means nothing because I did not do 25% worth of stuff in that time period. Oh, Sparrow, and I wanted to say, Sparrow, the new song. So yeah, I like listening to that. I like listening to that alternate take on it. The thing is, though, unfortunately, it lives in the shadow of the original, which is one of my favorite pieces that you've done, and the thing that the thing I kind of like opening the stream with the most, I think. I mean, I like using Do Not Break a lot as well, but that might be influenced by narcissism. Since you grabbed an audio clip of me for that one. I do think it's a nice piece to have, though, to play, like, you know, like you said, like, later on in the night, if I need another piece of music. like it's good to have if I've used the original for the intro. It is a little shorter though, so like if I used it for like a BRB, it doesn't give me as much time away. So like tonight I used it for the opening, and I paired it with another shorter piece. I should, like, I could easily take some of those shorter ones and make it so that, like, basically stitch them together. Just so that it's more convenient to use them for, like, BRB pieces. Lately, though, lately I haven't been taking a lot of BRBs because we've been doing shorter streams in general. It sounds like I should remix a few other tracks too, like Do Not Break. I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna talk you out of it. No! I thought it was safe to look away. I didn't know this guy was gonna scroll endlessly like that. Alright. Does he go away or did he come back? I need to keep an eye on that. Hey Natto, welcome in. Hope you had a good stream tonight, my friend. Let's, can I shout out Natto? There we go. Another of my favorite streams. Cannot recommend Natto's stream enough. He's working on Deathless Contra, derusting his Super Metroid speedrun, and doing, I believe, a first playthrough of Mario Galaxy here lately. Yeah, exactly, Sparrow. Yeah, it's nice too. It's you know, regardless, like, yeah, it's definitely nice to have the, like, variation in the pocket if I want it, so I could pair, like, one song, like, for a BRB, like, that, to have one that pairs with the opening song is really cool. Just really efficient with your stuff doing, Chaos says. I don't know that I get the credit for the quick percentage climb. It's very generous of you to give that to me. A remix of Do Not Break could be really good, actually. I find myself working on something very ambitious in Sidland. A demake of a tune by Cold Storage, who did the music in the Wipeout series. I know how much you love that series. Mario Galaxy's not the first playthrough, but it's been a while. Alright, that was my mistake. I was just making assumptions since I haven't actually played it yet myself, so I haven't been able to really join you for those streams, unfortunately. I promise nothing, even if it's sounding worthy so far. I'll hold you to, I'll do my best to hold you to no promises that you don't make. Alright, so on this stage, I should be looking for a potion bottle. I think I don't want to leave the stage without it. I wrote that it's on the right. Oh, this is it. It is on the right. I wrote on the right, question mark. You can't get any more on the right than that. So I don't actually know what these... I don't actually know what these items are for. But like every... On the X-3 stage of every world, there's some sort of item that makes that music go off, and then it will be over there on the left on our, I don't know why I always point to my TV, like you guys can see where I'm pointing. You can't even see my arm, much less of what I'm pointing at on the screen. But anyway, over there on the left, there's there's the potion we just picked up. But there's a different item that goes there in every world. And I found the first one because it's right there at the start. You genius. I should just take the compliment. I shouldn't argue. Quit while you're ahead, Frownie. I found the first one just because how can you miss it? But then, when I found another one, I was like suspicious. So I spent our whole first playthrough like really focusing on finding. And I think I found them all. And I wrote down where they are as we found them. I wasn't sure about the first one because I wasn't thinking to write. I didn't think until I found the second one that I should probably be writing these down. So I wasn't sure about that one. And had to update it just now. But anyway, I want to make sure I try and get these because they've got to be important. I think they're probably for like a true ending or true final boss situation. That would be my guess. I don't think I want to miss them. Yes, over there. I can definitely see your TV, Natto says. I think my room's been bugged. Win your walls, oh my. I was gonna comment on how creepy that reads, but I mean it's the month for it, right? You've been bugged. Okay, once I find the like special item for the world, and it's always on the -3 stage. Like there's not a whole lot of reason not to. There's not a whole lot of incentive. It's probably in my best interest, mostly to rush through the stages after to kind of try and rush through the stages after I find the item. Like, there are, like, beneficial things I can collect, like 1-ups and extra health, but, like, I don't know where those things are, and finding them is potentially hazardous to my health. No! Oh, that's... Rip. Spooktober. We're termites. Ooh, spooky, Cal says. Have you ever went live accidentally before you were ready? Dollar Phil says. Not as in like. Not as in like I hit the live button and didn't know I was going live. Not like I accidentally like hit the button when I didn't mean to. But I mean I have thought that I had things like set up. You know, like I've gone live and then realized I didn't have my coffee, or I had the wrong game in the console or something like that. Like yeah, I've done that. But I've not been like sitting here like doing something on my computer and then like looked up and noticed like the green light on my webcam. Be like, oh, I've been broadcasting this whole time. I've left the stream running after we raided out at the end of the stream before. So I've had the stream still going after I was done, and you get like a bunch of footage of me just sitting here watching the stream we've raided into. Just sitting here quietly. It's some of the most thrilling stream content I've produced. I think everyone has to do that though. I think that's like one of those like rites of passage. Oh yeah, you just commented basically the exact same story. It's really hard to, like, you can't, like, turn on a dime in this game. It's really hard to be, like, walking away from an enemy, turn around and hit him, and then continue walking away from him. Everyone does something like that eventually, yeah. It's been a while since I've done that, but I'm sure I definitely have, and I'm sure I will again. Oh, there was some stairs there at the end. I could have gone... There's probably like an extra life or something I could have got. This mini-game is, like... very random. Bonus game. I'm sure, like, there's some way to learn to make it consistent every time, but... I can't even pretend like I have any hope of that. So, the one thing I learned about World 2 is you actually don't have to fight the World 2 boss. You can skip the boss in this world, and I intend to do that. The boss of this world is horrific. The boss of this world is like... I shudder to think about it. It's so disgusting. No! Oh, I forgot this game does that, and it does that all the time. The item boxes frequently contain an enemy instead of an item. Or sometimes they just contain no item or enemy or anything, and exist for no reason. So you can cheese a lot of this game with this flutter jump. Absolutely. No! I'm gonna die. This air is not... it's not damage, it's actually beneficial. It took me a while to figure that out. End. Oh, yeah. This game's pretty good. It controls a little janky. So, like, there's some getting used to it, and you have to be, like, careful. Your character, he does this weird thing where, like... I don't know, this turning around animation, I really don't like. And I think that's part of why it's, like, so difficult to, like, turn and attack an enemy that's behind you in this game, is because of that animation. I think it's connected. But it's pretty alright. It's kind of like a B tier game. Actually was... Ooh, I went up. Nice. I was actually rather uncertain that I was going to be able to jump on that guy. I didn't remember if his... Because he's got little spikes on his head. Oh, this part's bad. You know what? This part is a lot better when you remember that you can flutter jump. Oh, I didn't see the watch streak message. If you're still there, Pokemons, thank you for the 3-stream streak. Alright, so this is the one. You can skip the boss in this stage. And I also need to remember to pick up the thing. I wrote that it's on the left. So we'll just try and hug the left the whole time. Ah! That got me into trouble real quick. Ah! Alright, not that much left. Oh, I think I remember the shape of the stage now. Oh yeah, it does that. When you walk off of, yeah, I think I have to be going fast. Nope, whoa. Now I don't know what made that happen. Oh, maybe it was when you turn around. Yeah. If you walk off of a ledge, but you turn around, then it does that cartoony, like, oh no, where'd the ground go? Like, freeze before you fall kind of thing. Bubsy does that. Bubsy does this, but it does it every time you walk off a ledge, and it kills you. So, like, it's a little better than that, but it's still annoying. This is the thing. I went on a long rant about this last time, but, like, the big problem... One of the big problems with 16-bit games, and why 18-bit games are better, is with 16-bit games, game makers realized that they could do more detailed animations, and so they did, like little cute animations like that are so annoying. Because they make the gameplay worse, just because they wanted to show off their animation skills. Hey, Pete, welcome in. Bubsy is maybe one of the worst offenders of that I can think of, but like... Alright, and so here, if you just... Nope, this isn't the right place. I should have taken that advice to not die. What? There isn't even anything in here? So, do I have to travel through the water then? I don't remember the layout of the level. I did not, but I think I'm glad I came in here. No! Well, I'm not that glad. I know I need to hug the left-hand side at the very end of the stage. Oh, maybe this is it. At the very end of the stage, but I was saying I don't know where that is. Might be here. Yeah, if you do this, we just skip the boss. That was the boss arena. But if you don't touch down on the right-hand side, you don't see the boss. Which is great, because again, that boss makes my skin crawl. It's horrifically disgusting. Okay, nice. We got a couple extra lives. I like that they put a big monster chasing you through this stage for the auto-scroller. I have mixed feelings, like I think most people do about auto-scrollers, generally speaking, but I like when there is something to contextualize the... Why do we have to stay away from the left-hand side of the screen? I'm much happier to play an auto-scroller when there's something over there that we're running away from. Oh, look at all that stuff in the middle I just missed. There's like 1,000 items there, and I'm getting none of them. Oh, and I'm dead. Because you can't actually use those arrows to go over them. That's a shame. We were right at the end, too. What a bad way for the stage to end. What a bad way for the stage to end. I was intentionally trying to not stay at the highest point the whole time because I thought that they would be hiding good items. Like, in places where it was easy to go up to the higher path, I thought, that's a trick. And there's going to be a good item hidden on the lower path, so I was trying to stay on the lower paths, and that is what really ended up being my downfall here at the end. You see that? That cute "oh no, I'm falling" animation almost killed me there at the end. When we have our skull, one thing that's really cool about that is, like, when you throw it, the way it operates is weird. Like, it throws with a weird, like, heavy momentum. But one of the things about it is it lands on the ground and it stays there for a little while, and while it's on the ground, if an enemy walks into it, it damages them, so that's pretty cool. And it would, as it comes back to you, it damages enemies too. On the one hand, it's kind of cool that, like, the weapon controls, like, in a unique way. Like, I don't know another game with a weapon that operates very similar to this. So on the one hand, it's cool that it does its own thing, but on the other hand, like, it kind of feels like it does its own thing just for the sake of doing its own thing. When maybe there was a better way. I think that might be an overly uncharitable interpretation. These plants, I don't... Oh. Never mind. That plant enemy can be really rough. I don't have a good strategy for fighting him when I don't have the skull. Alright, I wrote... This stage has the item... I wrote on the left, underwater. Nice. Finally got an extra heart container. No. There it is. It's in that box right there. They put an enemy in there? That's infuriating. Turning around in this game is so frustrating. You just have to take my word for it, but, like, that's... I recommend trying it just to see that. Like, if you're moving along with no momentum, like, there's the thing. Like, I'm moving right, and I want to... If I tap the left button, you see how he turns around? I'm not tapping... Like, when I'm going to the right, I'm not tapping left-right. I'm only tapping left, and then releasing the button. But he doesn't stay turned around. Like, you have to really fight. You have to really fight your momentum to turn around in this game. I wish I had one of those things that, like, displays the buttons I'm pressing on the screen. It would be really valuable to illustrate my frustration. Nice. feel like going up here is a trap. Yeah, okay. I don't remember how this boss fights. Okay, yeah, this is fun. I gotta run under it? Yeah. Let's go. No lives. Rip. I think I remember looking for a secret up here and there not being one. Yeah, that's a shame. Bogus. Getting some health back was nice, at least. This enemy is super obnoxious. That's probably the toughest enemy to deal with in the whole game. Is that swimming hedgehog. I don't have any, and I don't mean just that particular one, I mean every time we see that enemy. I don't have any good way of dealing with them. Using the edge of the screen and the projectile in combination is the closest I've ever developed to a strategy for handling them. And that's not a very... Any strategy that requires you to have the projectile is a bad strategy. Because, you frequently don't. So Sorry, I should mute the mic to clear my throat. Genius? What's genius? My bad strategy? Left 3, right 4. So, you know, like, so I'm seeing a couple different doctors for some things, and I've got a doctor that's like 3 hours away, and I'm in the process of getting a new, like, primary care doctor, like, here where I live, close to me. And so it's like, the far away doctor needed me to do some labs, to have some labs done. And then, like, I was told about the labs before setting up my physical, or like my first meeting / annual physical with who is going to be my new primary here. And I've got that appointment next week. But in preparation for that appointment, I had to get some labs done here. And so it's like, okay, well, can this clinic do the labs for the faraway doctor as well? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And so I get all my blood drawn earlier this week, and they tell me, like, the clinic here is really small, so, like, they don't run any of their tests in-house, right? They send the samples out for processing, which I'm pretty much used to anywhere. So, like, it's no, like, issue or anything or whatever. But I got contacted today. I got a message from the faraway doctor that said, did you get the labs done? And I said, yeah, I got them done on Monday. And they told me that they'd probably have the results in about a week. And then they wrote back to me and said, we'd really like to discuss your case at a conference on Monday. Can you get the lab results to us any sooner? And I'm like, what? What power do you think I have in this process? What do you mean, can I get the lab results to you? I'm not running the labs. What you, like, you might as well ask me if I can change the phase of the moon. What influence do you think I have on this process? So that was just the most bizarre request that I've ever heard. It's curious that they want to talk about me. Like, I don't think I'm that interesting. So that was very bizarre. That's my interesting thing. That's probably the most interesting thing that'll happen to me this week. Alright, I wrote for this stage, this is 4-3, I wrote left across lava. So I need to be on the lookout for some lava. By the way, I didn't look any of these things up. When I'm referring to my notes, I wrote these notes down during our first night playing this game. Just in case anyone doesn't know how I operate. Your tolerance for jank is a medical mystery. You know what? If they had told me that, I would believe it. There's some lava. I think that's probably not the lava I was talking about, but I honestly don't know what lava I was talking about. Unfortunately, that's why I write these notes down, because I've slept since the last time we played. Actually, usually I'm not clever enough to have the forethought to take my own notes. And then I just have to forget and relearn everything. That's really more like me. Oh, this is probably it. What am I doing? Okay, we got it. Lost my projectile again, of course. It's a shame. Something good in here, or is this the mandatory path? I think this is probably mandatory. Oh, so I ended up telling what I ended up telling the faraway doctor. Like, I was just like, I don't know what I can do for you, but I can call the local clinic tomorrow and just let them know. Just let them know that you guys reached out to me. But I don't think they're gonna have any good news for them. Definitely seems very, definitely strikes me as, I don't know, strikes me as unprofessional to make the patient the middleman in a situation like this. That's my feeling. Extra life, come back! I bought a can of sardines. I had a video come up in my... I'm very impressionable. I had a video come up in my YouTube recommendation. It was titled, How to Eat Sardines, or something to the equivalent of that. And, that just strikes me as something very interesting. Like, How to Eat X is an interesting title, because, like... I don't, like... Are there many foods that need to be explained how to eat them? Like, it's... The process for eating every food is pretty similar, right? You put it into your mouth, you chew it, you swallow it. It's pretty universal, so... But anyway, so I clicked on it, and I got really pulled in. They found the presenter to be very charismatic, and so I watched the entire, like, 10-minute video, or however long it was, on how to, oh, I forgot the swallow part. And it's literally just this guy. He opens a can of sardines, and then he just eats them one by one with a pair of chopsticks. And, you know, he talks a little bit, like, he's got a running commentary about, like, but don't be afraid. You know, these guys, he keeps calling them these guys. Like, he holds up a sardine, he says, look at this guy. He's a good guy to eat. That's pretty much how the commentary runs, but I found it fascinating. But it inspired me to do a little bit of research, and it's like, there's some health benefits I could take advantage of if I incorporated sardines into my diet. So I bought a can, and I'm terrified to eat them. I haven't worked up the courage yet. It's sitting on the counter in my kitchen, where I see them every day. But they're good little guys. That's what I hear. They're good little guys to eat. I want to believe it. And I was thinking to myself, you know, like, I like canned tuna, so, like... They can't really be that much more challenging to eat than canned tuna, right? They just have a more, like, intimidating appearance. Being, like, you know, like whole little fish. No, I was so close. Maybe like crab legs or something? I actually used chopsticks for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I did struggle, Dollarphil says. You know, they require a certain type of like you know, dexterity and movement that if you haven't practiced doing it yet, yeah, definitely needs to be learned. I would think things like lobster might warrant an instruction manual, Cow says. I hate anchovies, I know that. Back in my pizza delivery days, we played anchovy roulette with cheese sticks a few times. Yeah, I've never eaten an anchovy. I don't think I would want them on a pizza. I don't like the idea of combining seafood and dairy together. Like a filet-o-fish sandwich from McDonald's seems nightmarish to me. I like fish sandwiches with cheese on them though. Like that's the thing. Like a piece of fried fish on a toasted bun does sound good to me. Like I would eat that, but the thought of adding cheese terrifies me. But a lot of food terrifies me, so. You're in favor of the cheese? You're stronger than I. Never thought about it. I'm picky with seafood, though. I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of seafood. If I've had lobster and crab and shrimp. I've had a few different kinds of fish, but there's a whole world of seafood that I've never eaten and might not ever be brave enough to. You're in favor of the cheese can describe my stance on pretty much anything, Cow says. I did feel like that was kind of like a silly line as I said it. I love fried catfish. Catfish isn't really seafood, right? Isn't it lake food? I don't really believe that anyone makes that distinction, but... culinary expertise is non-existent. I do really enjoy, like, you know, like, there's not... I can't, like, say I love seafood generally speaking, since there's so much I haven't tried, and there's, like, so many standard dishes that terrify me. But the seafood I do really like, but I don't have it very often, because Jelly won't eat anything that comes out of the sea. She won't eat any seafood at all. Jelly's favorite seafood is hush puppies. Three 1-ups, let's go! That's because seafood is her family. It's so good for you, though, Pokemon says. Yeah, she attributes it to having eaten a bad fish stick as a kid. She said that she and her mom used to cook fish sticks for them all the time, and they really liked them. Until apparently they got a box that had like gone bad or something like that, and then neither of them ever ate fish again for their whole lives. Don't land on me, please. It's not even real seafood. Ever since Jelly can't tolerate any seafood. She did try. I did watch her try a shrimp once. It didn't go well. I don't think the body of water is considered. No, I didn't think it was either, really. Though I have heard people tell me that they can't eat lake fish. That they that they like seafood, but they think lake fish are gross. Well, I had one person tell me that, so. Whether or not there are more people out there like that, I don't know. There's probably not even anything good in this. There wasn't. It was an enemy. I went through a lot of trouble to open that item box. Ooh, a lot of them are contaminated now, too. At least I figure they are. Yeah, I got a lot of warnings in my mail. I get emails. I'm on a mailing list for like when food and medical products get recalled. So I can keep an eye on things. And I got a lot of email about radioactive shrimp, like several weeks ago now. Seafood has a lot of mercury, yeah. A lot of it does, anyway. Eat wild seafood if you can, and stay away from farm-raised stuff. Yeah, but if they email you that ketchup has been discontinued permanently, will you silently celebrate it? There would be nothing silent about it, Pokemons. I'd hand out gift subs to everyone in chat. Yeah, pretty sure Frownie'd have a special celebratory stream. Is there a ketchup themed video game we could play? I sure hope not, because everyone will want me to play it just because. Yuck. Bogus, I was punching. Radioactive Shrimp is a good band name. Corn syrup? Ugh. Not just corn syrup, but just the whole context of it being needed to be rinsed away. I am furious. I'm furious. That bird should not have hit me. I was actively punching. Why does this game act like this? Oh, this guy's gonna get me. I'll take that. Thank you. Okay. The end of level. Again, the auto-scroller was, again, contextualized. I like that. Alright, what did I write down? Microscope. Between two beanstalks, I wrote. Easy. I wrote that this one is easy, so let's see how quickly I miss it. I got hit by that bird because I walked off the ledge and it did the, oh no, there's no ground animation, and while it does that animation, you're frozen in place. So I was frozen in place and got hit by the bird. And I'm really annoyed. Hey, congratulations, game developers. You made a really good animation. I wish you were as good at making games as you were at making animations. We were talking, I think it was just last time, we were talking about, you know, I have this whole ketchup phobia thing, right? That's no secret. And I was talking about how, you know, like, I have given consideration on occasion to, like, whether I should take steps to try and, you know, overcome my fear of ketchup, like, through some, like, exposure therapy or whatever. But, like, my key thought about that is I wonder if I made homemade ketchup, if I could be not terrified of it. Because it seems like it should be simple enough to make my own ketchup. And if I did that, like, I put the ingredients in and watched it come to be, like, surely it would be easier to... It's still pretty terrifying, Cow says. Well, that's the thing, is, like, even talking about it, like, even as I talk about it, my anxiety is rising. It's just a hypothetical, but, like, I feel anxiety welling up in me, just as I sit here and talk about it. The amount of sugar is unsettling. But the thing is, like, okay, like... I think I said all this before, too, but I'm gonna say it again. It's just, like, the thought of the process is, like, it's an anxiety-inducing process, and... how often, like... I already am able to manage the situation by just staying away from ketchup in my daily life. Like, it's not like I'm forced to encounter it with a regularity that, like, I need to overcome this obstacle. And the thing is, like, I don't gain anything by doing it, necessarily, because it's not like ketchup is healthy for me. So, if I completely reversed my ketchup anxiety, and then I was like, well, now it's my favorite food, I put it on everything. Well, all I've done is, all I'm doing is poisoning myself in a way. all I'm doing is just then feeding myself something that's detrimental to my health anyway. So I haven't gained anything. My dad has an amazing ability to choose the most sugary versions of foods for his favorite. Favorite pie, peach cobbler, salad dressing, Thousand Island. I would not have been able to tell you what the most sugary salad dressing is, because I'm terrified of every one of them. The amount of sugar is unsettling, and this is coming from someone who bakes a lot, Cow says. So yeah, if I ever did sort of practice some sort of exposure therapy for ketchup, like, the thing is, like, I would only be doing it just because, like, the argument for it is that I don't like the idea of arguing in favor of my limitations, right? If I know I have a weakness, then, like, that itself should be motivation to overcome it. Not that I live out this philosophy with any great consistency, but in the ideal version of me looks at every one of his weaknesses and the fact that the weakness exists is reason enough to defeat it. But I don't know what the end of that sentence is supposed to be. I lost my train of thought. That's the argument for it, and it just yeah, just don't argue in favor of your weaknesses. But I don't know if that's compelling enough to... I got other things to work on first. I mean, I certainly like sweet foods. I don't think I have a especially powerful sweet tooth. Like, I don't... It's not often that I crave really sweet foods. I do like sugary drinks from time to time, and I will sometimes crave those. I don't drink a ton of them, and lately I don't drink any of them, really, but... Like, that's, like, the primary, like, sweet thing that I would crave would be like, a cola. More than, like, something else. I mean, I do like, you know, I do like a dessert here and there, but I don't really crave them the way that I crave, like, salty or savory kind of foods. I've been very low sugar for a while now, and I think today, it was today I weighed in, I'm down 30 pounds from August. I've been having a little bit of a rough week, though. I'm behind on my strength training. I've been trying to do strength training every other day, but I usually do it every third day, and today was the third day, and I couldn't do it today. I was too weak. I tried, I couldn't finish my first set. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take another day off. I was busy with a lot of other stuff, and I'm a little sleep deprived, so I'll try and make it up tomorrow instead, but... I'm still getting my, like, you know, I'm really good about getting my bike in. I get my stationary bike in. I really never miss that. I sometimes have to shift my rest day, like, because usually Sunday would be my rest day, but there have been times where it's like, well, I'm going to rest on Friday and then do an extra day on Sunday, and I've done that. But the, making time for that and the strength training is tough. Hey, ghouls, welcome in. Good to see you. The Great Decap Attack. I like this game. It's definitely janky and annoys me sometimes. But overall it's really good. I said before, I think, like, it's a really solid, like, B-tier game. Congrats on the weight loss. I'd like to say I can tell from the 240i webcam. I've never heard of this ketchup thing. You didn't know I have a phobia of ketchup? It's pretty much all condiments. Ketchup is the, like... Ketchup I think of as chief among them. But... really, like, mustard, mayonnaise, relish, salad dressings... Some barbecue sauces and some hot sauces are fine, but, like... And, like, I can eat Arby's sauce. There's no rhyme or reason. But most condiments, like, fill me with a strong sense of revulsion, and some of them, like ketchup, fill me with a great deal of anxiety and dread. And I really, like, I'm just not comfortable, like, with ketchup. I don't even want to sit at the table with it. It really causes me a lot of stress. So yeah, I have a powerful, irrational terror of most condiments. I'm weird about food in general, though. And thank you for the congrats, schools. And yeah, I don't really expect, you know, like, I don't really think that I look significantly different or anything, but that's all right, because like I'm all right with how I look anyway. I'm trying to get stronger and healthier. Pokemon says my weight is plateaued. I'm just above 250. But my waist size dropped 2 inches. My legs have lost a ton of fat. I knew you've been on a self-improvement sort of journey for quite a while here and doing really well at it. No. I'm convinced I'll never get below 250. I'm just gonna replace the fat with muscle. I mean, that doesn't sound to me like a particularly awful scenario. Though I wouldn't presume to tell you how to feel. It's probably a good thing anyway to not like stuff like that. Yeah, I don't, you know, it makes ordering food from a lot of places, like, inconvenient, because I have to give a lot of special instructions. But, like, it's generally, like, the thing is, like, they're generally products I shouldn't be eating anyway. From, like, a strictly, like, is this good for you perspective. Not that you have to never eat anything that's bad for you, but... I'm not really losing anything by missing out on them. I've learned how my body loses weight. Ultimately, it's all going down at once. Support anyone who's trying to get stronger and healthier. We're all on the same voyage. Yeah, that's, you know... Mostly what I'm after is just to be generally stronger. I don't even look at the scale anymore, Pokemon says. It messes with my head. As long as I'm putting in the effort. 6 times a week, I'm happy. So, I do a weigh-in, every morning. That's not really because the number on the scale is all that important. I mean, it is kind of important because I'm pretty out of shape, so I do need it to go down, but it's not like... The expectation isn't to see the number decrease every day, but it's more of a, it's more of just a consistency ritual. Yeah. I was just trying to say is that Baby Man's been winning a few too many wrestles. He's a strong baby. Frownie wants to lift giant boulders, we all know this. Baby Man arm wrestling stream win. Oh. Well, I've got to get a lot stronger first. I still might not win, but we want there to at least be some competition, right? if I remember right, I think both of these are bogus. No, one of them is. The other one is bogus, so I'm gonna open it. What I really want to do is go out and reenact Rock and Roll Climber in real life. That's my primary motivation for trying to get in better shape. The only thing is I don't know how to make my bones as elastic as your character in that game. The plot twist, the answer is ketchup. Oh no. When you tell people that was your inspiration for losing weight, I'll just say prepare to explain what Rock and Roll Climber is. Well, I mean, you know, my sort of health project began quite a while before I actually discovered that game, so as good of a story as it makes, it's not quite the truth. Really need to gain some health without losing more health. This is not enough health to get me through the boss fight. How do I get... oh. Nope, how do I get up there? The world may never know. Oh, cool. I lost more health. Alright, well, I'm gonna perish. I want to learn to punch like Rock'em Sock'em robots. Generally I'm not bothering to use the potions. I experimented with them a little bit. I figure I was just gonna not use them. They're definitely useful, but I don't think I need them. I don't think it would be bad or cheating to use them or anything, though. But if I can do it without them, then that would be kind of cool. And I think I can. Inventory in a platformer always feels a little dirty. I mean, I'm definitely all for using whatever tools the game gives me. I don't necessarily like it, right? Like, that's one of the things that I don't like about games like, Symphony of the Night. Is like, you get this like huge inventory that you can fill with health items, and then like if you get to a boss or anything challenging, you don't really have to fight a lot of the stuff in a game like that. You can just pause and just, you know, spam healing items. So you never have to get good at anything. And I don't really like when you have that option. I'd rather the, you know, like, I like things like Hollow Knight or Dark Souls, where your healing has to be managed in real time if you're given healing. But, you know, a lot of games are like that, so... If it's a tutorial or oh, then I'll skip it. I don't remember how this guy actually attacks. Oh, no, I slipped into him. Alright, turns out it was easy. Like you, I'm preferring not to use healing. I actually like having the option in case I'm having a really lazy night or just want free cheese through an unfun part. I mean, if I'm given... The thing is, if I'm given the option, like, I'm gonna use it because it's not my responsibility to correct oversights like that. And I don't know, and I can't tell from first-hand play whether or not a game was made with the idea that you would play like that in mind, right? So I would rather just have it taken off the table for me. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily, like, I don't want everything to be just, like, Mondo difficult all the time. Resident Evil makes it clear that healing is integral to the balance. You could have fooled me, Cal says. Oh, Cows, I just noticed you've got a little, Hollow Knight character next to your name there. I don't think I noticed that before. Trophy underwater behind a wall in this world. It's the Silk Song badge. We'll definitely play through Silk Song. I'm just waiting for it to become retro. What? I could stand on that? Wonderful. Heading out for the night. Take care, everybody. Take care, Pokemons. Always good to have you here. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. This should be, I believe, the final world. I don't know. This is the final world I've made it up to, and it just seemed... because the things on the map are all coming together. This is either the final world or the next to last world, but I kind of think it's the final one. That's what my gut tells me. One up, let's go! It almost got away. I've made it up to the boss of this world, which might be the final boss, but I didn't secure a victory, unfortunately. I love the game. That'll be both agonizing and exciting to watch you play through. I definitely want to play it. It's just one of those things where, like, the first Hollow Knight took me such a long time that, like, I know, like, I expect it to be a really big endeavor, and so I gotta be ready to play it when I can spend a lot of time on it, and I'm okay with that being, like, the primary or only thing that I do, so probably gonna be a good while. I think waiting's a good call. The fandom can be kind of intense. Yeah, well, I mean, there's another thing like that too with the games that come out that are like really popular like that. Unless, I mean, I don't, you know, I don't have to play everything like as soon as it comes out. But like, with so many people playing it already, like, I don't need to add another playthrough, like, to the current pile. Did you like the Hollow Knight? Yeah, Hollow Knight I liked a lot. I don't think, like, technically, there's more stuff for me to do in Hollow Knight. I didn't 100% the game. I got to an ending, which I'm pretty sure is, like... I'm pretty sure there's a better ending to get than the one that I got that could still be gotten. And, like, I know there's a couple... Well, I know there's a lot of challenges I didn't finish. But it's hard to motivate myself to go back to it after so long. But I did really enjoy it. I like that kind of I like that kind of Metroid style game that's actually like Metroid and doesn't have like a whole bunch of like RPG number stuff going on like the Castlevania games do, where it's all like character, like I like getting character upgrades, but I like them to be handled through items and as rewards for exploration and boss fights and such. You know, like those games, like Metroid or Hollow Knight do, and not as rewards for endlessly grinding the first skeleton that you meet. Yep, yeah, exactly. I like the way that Zelda, Super Metroid, that's the kind of character progression I like. If there's gonna be, because I'm also fine with games where like your character's your character and that's it. Like your progression is get better. Like I also really like that. Maybe more. So yeah, I like Hollow Knight a lot, and it's fun. It's very satisfying character movement. It does the things like, you know, like the real-time healing and stuff like that I mentioned that I liked before. And it's super tough. It's super tough, but it feels really good when you beat something in it. Trophy underwater behind wall is what I wrote. This was a bad note. I feel a sense of dread that I might have overlooked one of the, like, special collectibles. I feel like I let my attention slip at some point, and I may end up paying a price for that. I despise that enemy. I despise the underwater hedgehog. I hope there's ground below here. There's not. It's lava. This is a wall, and it's underwater. Let's go. Trophy acquired. Those hedgehogs are gonna be back though, right? Yes, both of them. Both of them again. I feel like whoever designed that character was like really proud of their work. Because they made it really obnoxious to fight, and they gave it an extra hit so that it hangs around for longer than most enemies. So this is my character. I designed him, so he's gonna be the best character in the game. He shall be a menace upon the children of the world. Okay, I should not open any more items because on the off chance they contain health, I want that to be there for my next life. The skull was just floating in the air. This it? I think this is the end. I think the boss is over here. Alright, cool. I showed up with a lot of, like, cool stuff, but I... don't really have a handle on how I'm supposed to fight this boss. Feeling very trapped. I mean, this guy looks like he's got a last boss sort of style, right? This sounds like last boss music. No! My projectile is gone. Oh yeah, I forgot. That there'd be two of them now. Oh, he's got an extra phase of health too that the other ones didn't have. Oh, he's got several extra phases of health. Is that victory? Let's go! Alright. Let's see if that was the end. Or if this is a final world. Or a final boss. Great job, Chuck. Now Max Decap's evil plan is totally bogus. Mondo bogus. Hey, let's go. Physically exhausted, Chuck staggers home. That boss looked like King Hippo, he did. Thank you for the trophies, cows. I know I beat a second game and I still can't spin the wheel. I 2 games in one night and no wheel because I didn't have any crackers. Just help me remember, and I'll do an apocalyptic multi-wheel spin in a couple days when I have some crackers. Hey, look at that. I've been restored. I've been recapitated. So, I don't know. I assume I got the good ending because I got the 7 items. And that if I didn't get 1 or more of them, I would beat the game but have a bad ending. If anyone knows about the items and the ending situation, you are free to chime in now, because we hit the credits, so... No spoilers is lowered now. The end. This is a good game. This is a good game. It's a little janky. Like, you gotta have some patience for it, but so I would recommend to anyone who's thinking about trying it out that you know going in that the controls are gonna frustrate you. But I think it's worth sticking with. I like this one. Victory. Time is not a metric that I'm going to chase. And we did it in 1 credit. So I can pretty happily retire this one. I never beat it, Ghoul says. I was thinking you might be the one to know. But, alas. Well, I wish you luck if you tackle it again. I definitely think it's manageable. So... two games. It's one of those games I just forget about. I think maybe we'll call it a night there, my friends. It's early to end there, but we've been through a lot. I am ending the stream early when I expected it to go late. But, I mean, we finished 2 games. I kind of feel like I should quit while I'm ahead. I just, instead of making myself miserable with something else, I should feel like I should just end on a positive note. Hello again, Greg. I think we're gonna wrap up. Came back in too late. I'm sorry about that. But thank you for being here, my friends. We'll raid out. Thanks for the great stream. Thank you for being here, cows. So, I do plan to try and stream tomorrow night. Jelly and I have a little bit of stuff going on, but I don't think it's going to get in the way. So I do hope to be here tomorrow night. Since we finished Decap Attack, we might play Scooby-Doo tomorrow. I've been planning on doing Scooby-Doo Mystery on the Genesis. And I think tomorrow might be a good night to do that. Chicon, I think we might do on Sunday. If nothing gets in the way of my Sunday stream. And I don't know what else we'll do next week. Probably some more Genesis stuff. I'm leaning heavily into the Genesis for October. Trying to do spooky games on the Genesis, so... I mean, Chicon's gonna take me 1,000 years to beat, so we'll be working on that one for a long time. Alright, and I think we're gonna raid Sark. Sark is playing A Bug's Life on the N64. This is a game that I had. I bought this game when it came out, and it is the first time, I think it is the first time I can recall buying a game with my own money and being disappointed with it. I think it's the first time that that I bought a game and then had to admit to myself that I had wasted my money on a bad game. I couldn't even talk myself into to pretending like it was okay. So hopefully he's having a good time. Thank you one last time for being here, my friends. 2 victories, 1 night. We'll have to remember to spin the wheel a lot in a stream or two when I've got some crackers again. But be well until I see you again, my friends. Should be back tomorrow night, so hopefully I'll see you for that. And if not then, maybe next week or sometime real soon at the very least. We're all done for tonight, though. It's time to head out. Let's go on an adventure.